I caught my wife with another man in our home. Instead of yelling, I just said, "Do whatever you want." Then I texted my attorney and started recording everything. Her lawyer's face during the divorce when he saw the evidence I'd collected. I, 36 male, walked into my house at 2 p.m. on a Thursday. Wasn't supposed to be home. Client meeting got canceled last minute. Decided to grab lunch at home instead of the usual deli run. Heard sound from upstairs. The bedroom. My bedroom. Our bedroom for 8 years of marriage. Walked up quietly. Door was cracked open. And there they were. My wife and some guy I'd never seen before. Middle of the afternoon. In my bed. They didn't notice me at first. I stood there maybe 10 seconds, phone already recording video through the crack in the door. Then I pushed it open. My wife screamed. The guy scrambled for his boxers. I just stood there, phone steady, getting all of it on camera. "Babe, this isn't." I can explain. I looked at her, then at him, then back at her. Felt weirdly calm, like watching it happen to someone else. "Do whatever you want," I said. Voice flat. "I'm done here." Walked out, went downstairs, sat at the kitchen table, and texted my attorney. We'd worked together on some business contracts before, knew he handled divorces too. Me, need divorce lawyer. Wife cheating. Caught them. Have video evidence. How fast can we move? He called within 3 minutes. How solid is the evidence? Video of them in our bed. Time stamped. About 40 seconds of footage before they notice me. Don't delete anything. Don't confront her beyond what already happened. Document everything from this point forward. I'll draft papers tonight. You filing on what grounds? Adultery. Obviously. Perfect. New York doesn't require it, but it speeds things up significantly. I'll email you a questionnaire about assets. Fill it out tonight. Come to my office tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Heard footsteps upstairs. Frantic talking. The front door opened and closed. The guy leaving, probably, didn't care enough to check. My wife came downstairs 20 minutes later. Dressed, makeup smeared from crying. I was still at the kitchen table, eating a sandwich. Had to eat something, right? Life goes on. "Baby, please. Let me explain." I looked up. Nope. It was a mistake. A stupid, horrible mistake. Cool. Took another bite. "Are you even listening?" "Not really." Pulled out my phone. "Attorneys drafting divorce papers. You'll be served probably by next week." "Adultery. Have fun with that." Her face went white. "You're divorcing me? Over one mistake?" "Yep. That's insane. People work through this." "Other people maybe. Not me." Finish my sandwich. "By the way, who was he?" She hesitated. "Someone from my Pilates class." "How long?" "Does it matter?" "Answer the question." 3 months. I nodded. Felt nothing. Just cold, clean clarity. "Cool. Well, this is my house. Bought it before we got married. Title's in my name only. You should probably start looking for somewhere to stay. You can't kick me out. This is my home too. Actually, legally, I can't kick you out until the divorce is final. But you're going to be real uncomfortable here. Fair warning." She started crying harder. The big, dramatic sobs. "Might have worked on me before. Not anymore. I love you. I made a mistake. Don't throw away 8 years. You threw them away. I'm just acknowledging reality. Update 1. It's been 4 days since I caught them. Things escalated exactly like you'd expect, except somehow worse. The same day, maybe 3 hours after my wife's crying session, my doorbell rang. 2 cops. She'd called them, claiming I was holding her hostage and threatening her. Officer number 1, this older guy with a mustache, looked annoyed to be there. "Sir, we got a call about a domestic situation. My wife cheated. I caught her. I told her I'm filing for divorce. She's upset about it." My wife appeared behind me, pushing past. "He's keeping me prisoner. Won't let me leave. He's been verbally abusing me all day." I pulled out my phone. "Officers, I have time-stamped video from my doorbell camera showing her friend leaving freely 2 hours ago. I have video of me making and eating a sandwich alone in my kitchen for the past hour. She's free to leave whenever she wants." Showed them the footage. Officer number 1 watched, then looked at my wife. "Ma'am, do you have somewhere else you can stay tonight?" "That's not the point. He's harassing me." "How?" I asked. "By existing in my own house." Officer number 2, younger guy, was trying not to smirk. "Sir, have you threatened her in any way?" "Nope. Told her I'm filing for divorce. That's not a threat. That's a statement of intent. My wife was full-on hysterical now. See, he's emotionally abusing me. He won't even fight for our marriage. Officer number one sighed. Ma'am, he's allowed to want a divorce. That's not illegal. Are you in any physical danger? He could hurt me, but has he? No. Threatened to? No, but then there's nothing we can do. You're both adults. If you feel unsafe, you can leave voluntarily. She tried a different approach. What about my stuff? He won't let me take my belongings. That's a lie, I said calmly. Take whatever's yours. I don't care. Officer number one looked at me. She can remove her personal belongings? Absolutely. I'll even help her pack if she wants. They left after confirming no actual crime had occurred. My wife was furious. Called her mom immediately, right there in the living room, loud enough for me to hear. Mom, he's divorcing me. Over nothing. Can I stay with you? What do you mean you're in Florida for 2 more weeks? No, I don't want to stay here with him. She tried her sister next, then her best friend. Everyone was either out of town, no room, or this is between you two. I'm staying out of it. By midnight, she was still here, set up in the guest room. I heard her crying through the wall, but felt nothing. Just empty where the feelings used to be. Next morning, went to my attorney's office. His name's on the door, family law specialist. Felt surreal walking in there. He had papers ready. Everything you need to know, adultery filing, documented with video evidence. Asset division will be straightforward since the house is premarital property. Any joint accounts? Just one checking account for household expenses. Maybe $3,000 in it. You'll split that. Any other shared assets? Her car's in her name, mine's in mine. We kept finances mostly separate after. Well, my parents had a messy divorce. Learned that lesson. Smart. It should be clean then. She can fight it, but with video evidence of adultery, she's got no leverage. New York's no fault, but adultery still matters for division of assets and her ability to claim alimony. She works, right? Part-time at some boutique. Makes maybe $25,000 a year. He nodded. She might try for alimony anyway. We'll fight it. You've been married 8 years, so she'd have an argument for temporary support, but the adultery hurts her case significantly. Got served 3 days later. Process server came to the house while we were both home. She opened the door, saw the papers, and lost it. You served me. In our home. It's my home, I said from the couch. And yeah, that's how divorce works. She read the papers, getting more furious with each page. Adultery? You're filing on adultery? Do you know what that does to me? Should have thought about that before sleeping. With Pilates guy. His name is... Don't care. She threw the papers at me. They scattered across the floor. You're a vindictive asshole. Nah, I'm just not interested in protecting your reputation anymore. You cheated. I'm stating that in legal documents. Facts. That night, I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. Unknown. This is her friend. You need to drop this divorce and work things out. She made a mistake. Everyone deserves a second chance. Me, who is this? Unknown. Does it matter? You're destroying her over one indiscretion. Me. If you're such a good friend, let her stay with you. She needs a place to crash anyway. Unknown. That's not the point. Me. That is the point. Everyone wants me to forgive and forget, but nobody wants to deal with the consequences of her choices either. Funny how that works. Blocked the number. Update 2. 2 weeks in, and the entitlement reached absolutely insane levels. My wife was still living in the guest room, making the whole house unbearable. She'd blast music at weird hours, leave messes everywhere, passive-aggressive BS. I mostly ignored it, just documented everything. Took photos of the messes, noted the noise complaints from neighbors. Then the financial stuff started. Checked our joint account, the one with $3,000 for household bills. She'd withdrawn $2,800 of it. Just cleaned it out. Called my attorney. Can she do that? Technically, yes, it's a joint account, but it shows financial bad faith. Note it for the divorce proceedings. Don't retaliate. So I didn't. Just let it happen. Stopped contributing to that account, since it was basically empty anyway. 2 days later, she tried to use my credit card, the one I'd given her for emergencies. Got a fraud alert on my phone. attempted $1,200 charge at some furniture store. Called the credit card company. That's fraud. I didn't authorize that charge. Cancel the card. They did. Send me a new one with a different number. My wife came home that afternoon, furious. You cancel my card? My card that you try to charge $1,200 to without asking. I needed a new bed for when I move out. So use your own money. You're being financially abusive. I laughed. Actually laughed. I'm not giving you money to buy furniture for your new place while you're still living in my house rent-free. That's not abuse. That's common sense. She tried a different tactic. Started telling everyone who'd listen that I was withholding money and controlling her financially. Her mom called me from Florida. How dare you cut her off? She has no money. She works. She has a paycheck, and she withdrew almost $3,000 from our joint account. That's not enough to live on. Then she should have thought about that before cheating. You're being cruel. I'm being practical. She's an adult. She had an affair. Now she deals with adult consequences. Hung up. Blocked her mom too. Then came the social part. My wife started calling our mutual friends, spinning this whole victim narrative. I was controlling, abusive, drove her to cheat with my emotional distance. Lost a few friends who bought her story without asking for mine. Whatever. The ones who mattered asked me directly. I showed them the video, not the graphic parts, just enough to prove what happened. Most of them cut her off after that. But her friend from earlier, the unknown texter, she went nuclear on Facebook. Posted this whole thing about men who throw away marriages over one mistake, and financial abuse, and how society lets men get away with destroying women. Didn't name me specifically, but everyone knew. Comments were split. Half supporting her, half calling her out. My brother saw it and commented, maybe don't cheat on your husband in his own bed if you want sympathy. Got 50+ likes. The best part? Pilates guy reached out. Yeah, the dude from my bed. Had the audacity to message me on LinkedIn of all places. Hey man, I know this is weird, but your wife and I have real feelings for each other. What happened wasn't just physical. I think you should know that so you can move on. I screenshot it and sent it to my attorney. Then replied, cool story. Enjoy explaining that to the divorce judge. He blocked me after that. My attorney called that evening. Discovery phase is starting. She's fighting the adultery claim. Says the video is taken out of context and you edited it to look worse than it was. The video is 40 seconds of continuous footage time-stamped by my phone. What context makes that better? Her attorney's grasping at straws. They know they're screwed. Expect them to push hard for a settlement. What kind of settlement? She'll want alimony. Probably a chunk of the house value, even though it's premarital, half your retirement accounts. Over my dead body. That's what I like to hear. But be prepared, court's going to be ugly. She's already painting herself as the victim. We need to be ready to counter that. Started compiling everything. Every text, every withdrawal, every incident. Build a timeline. My attorney said it was some of the best documentation he'd seen. Most people come in here emotional, scattered. You came in with a strategy and evidence. Makes my job easy. Meanwhile, my wife escalated again. Filed a restraining order request, claiming I was threatening and volatile. Had to go to court for the hearing. She showed up with her attorney and her sister, all dressed up, crying before we even started. Judge read her petition. What specific threats did your husband make? He said he'd ruin me financially. Is that a direct quote? Well, he said I'd have to deal with consequences. Judge looked at me. Did you threaten your wife? No, Your Honor. I told her I was filing for divorce after I caught her cheating on video. I told her she'd need to find her own place eventually. That's not a threat. Do you have the video? My attorney handed it over. Judge watched, expressionless. Handed it back. Request denied. This is a divorce dispute, not a domestic violence situation. Ma'am, your husband documenting your infidelity isn't harassment. She started crying harder. Her attorney looked pissed. They left without saying anything to me. Got served with new papers 2 days later. She was now claiming the house was marital property because she'd contributed to improvements and deserved half the equity. My attorney, did she contribute financially to any renovations? We repainted the living room once. She picked the color. I paid for it. That's not going to fly. We'll crush this. Update 3. Court date finally came. 5 weeks after D-Day. Felt like 5 years. Walked into family court feeling weirdly calm. My attorney had prepped me. Let me do the talking. Stay cool. Don't react no matter what she says. She showed up with her attorney, her sister, and her mom, who'd cut her Florida trip short apparently. All three were glaring at me like I'd murdered someone. We sat on opposite sides. Didn't look at her. Just focused on the judge. Her attorney went first. Painted this whole picture of my wife as a devoted partner who made one mistake and was now being punished excessively by a controlling, vindictive husband. My client has been financially cut off, locked out of accounts she helped build, and is facing homelessness because her husband, who owns the marital home solely in his name, is forcing her out. My attorney stood up. Your Honor, may I? Judge nodded. Opposing counsel is painting a picture of control and abuse. Let me present the reality. He pulled out the video first, played it for the judge. 10 seconds of it, then paused. This is time-stamped footage from my client's phone, taken in his own home, of his wife engaged in adultery. The judge watched without expression. My client didn't scream, didn't threaten, didn't touch anyone. He said, "Do whatever you want," and left the room. He then immediately contacted me to begin divorce proceedings. That's not abuse. That's restraint. He moved on to the financial stuff. The joint account my client's wife claims he cut her off from, she withdrew $2,800 of the $3,000 in it within days of being served. My client stopped contributing to an account she'd already drained. Showed bank statements. She attempted to charge $1,200 to his personal credit card without permission. That's not being cut off. That's fraud. Her attorney objected. She had authorized use of that card. For emergencies, my attorney countered. Furniture shopping while facing divorce doesn't qualify. Showed the credit card statements and my authorization forms. Then came the house issue. Opposing counsel claims the marital home is joint property. It's not. My client purchased this home 3 years before marriage. The deed has never included his wife's name. She's made 0 financial contributions to the mortgage, property taxes, or significant improvements. She lived there, her attorney argued. She made it a home. Living somewhere doesn't grant ownership, my attorney said. That's not how property law works. The judge looked at my wife. Ma'am, did you contribute financially to the purchase or maintenance of the home? I paid for decorations. Furniture. I made improvements. Did you pay the mortgage? No, but property taxes? No. Did you contribute to any structural improvements? Roof repair, foundation work, major renovations? We repainted. Who paid for that? She hesitated. He did, but I picked the colors. The judge actually sighed. That's not a financial contribution. Continue, counselor. My attorney smiled. Your Honor, my client is willing to split the joint account's remaining balance, approximately $200, and is asking for nothing else from his wife. No alimony, no shared assets, clean break. She keeps her car, her personal belongings, her own bank accounts. He keeps his house, his car, his retirement accounts that were established before marriage. Her attorney jumped in. Your Honor, my client gave up career opportunities to support this marriage. She deserves compensation. What career opportunities? The judge asked. My wife spoke up. I could have been a full-time boutique manager. I stayed part-time because he wanted me available. I couldn't help it. I laughed. Not loud, just a short huh. Judge looked at me. Something funny? My attorney put his hand on my arm, but I was already done. Stayed quiet. My attorney addressed it. Your Honor, my client's wife worked part-time by choice. She was offered full-time hours multiple times according to her employer. We have a statement, and declined because she preferred the flexibility. Showed the statement from her boss. The judge read through everything. Took maybe 10 minutes. Felt like forever. Here's my ruling. The house is premarital property. Wife has no claim to it. Joint account split 50/50ths. Wife keeps her vehicle and personal belongings. Each party responsible for their own legal fees. Given the documented adultery and the wife's financial actions during proceedings, no alimony awarded. My wife's face went bright red. Her mom stood up. This is outrageous. She gave 8 years. Ma'am, sit down or I'll have you removed. She sat. Divorce granted. 30 days to finalize paperwork. We walked out. My attorney was grinning. That was clean. Really clean. In the parking lot, my wife's sister ran up to me. You just destroyed her life. She has nothing. She has her car, her job, her bank account, and $100 from the joint account we split, plus whatever she took when she withdrew $2,800. That's not enough to start over. Should have considered that before she blew up her marriage. Her mom appeared. You'll regret this. Karma always comes back. Pretty sure karma already came back, I said. She cheated and lost everything. That's how it works. Drove home alone. House felt bigger, quieter. Sat in the living room, the one we'd repainted, the one she'd picked colors for, and just breathed. She moved out the next week. Took her stuff, left her keys on the counter. Didn't say goodbye. Her sister came with a U-Haul, shot me dirty looks the whole time. Found out through mutual friends she's staying with her mom now. Working full-time at the boutique finally. Apparently very bitter about the whole thing. Tells everyone I stole 8 years of her life. Pilates guy. Ghosted her 2 weeks after the divorce was finalized. Guess the excitement wore off once she wasn't someone else's wife anymore. My attorney sent the final paperwork last week. Signed it. Done. 8 years ended with a signature. I'm not going to lie and say I'm perfectly fine. Some days are harder than others. I trusted her completely, and she nuked that. It messes with your head. But I don't regret how I handled it. Stayed calm. Documented everything. Let the facts speak for themselves. Didn't scream, didn't beg, didn't play games. Just dealt with reality as it was, not as I wished it could be. Sold the house last month. Too many memories, want a fresh start. Moved to a smaller place downtown. 1 bedroom, 10th floor, city view. It's mine. All mine. Nobody else's name on anything. Ran into her mom at the grocery store yesterday. She saw me, turned around, walked away. Fine by me. My attorney framed the final divorce decree. Sent it to me with a note. One of the smoothest cases I've handled. Evidence makes all the difference. Hung in my home office, not out of spite. Just as a reminder, trust your gut, document everything. Don't let emotion override logic. Still don't know what I'm doing long term. Focusing on work, seeing my brother more, trying to figure out who I am without her. It's weird starting over at 36. But you know what? The weirdest part is that I don't miss her. I miss who I thought she was, sure. Miss the life I thought we had. But her? The real person who cheated for 3 months and played victim when caught? Nah, good riddance. To anyone reading this going through something similar, document everything, stay calm, get a good lawyer, and don't let them make you the villain for refusing to be their doormat. You're allowed to walk away from betrayal. You're allowed to protect yourself. That's it. That's the whole story. Moving forward now.